Team, in this video, it's all about the 5 biggest mistakes that people make when training for a marathon. Let's go. The first mistake is that we do all this intense training, but do not drink enough electrolytes. In episode 1, we talked about what electrolytes are, but quick little recap. These are little electrodes that once in water, give off an electric charge, known as potassium, sodium, and of course magnesium as well. They're the predominant ones amongst others. But what do these bad boys do? Electrolytes, they are essential for maintaining our fluid balance, particularly if we sweat a lot. They're also vital for everything that goes on at a cellular level. So, do not neglect your electrolytes. Woo. One of the biggest mistakes, and one that I personally made on my very first marathon, was not preparing my body to consume these until race day. People forget this is completely different and not what your body is used to, and when you're running halfway through a race and having this the first time, it is a different experience. So get your body used to consuming gels and the salts and everything else well ahead of race day, so when it comes to the actual day itself, you're training your body inside just like you train your body outside. It is a big mistake to drink too much water and maintain the same amount of electrolytes. In your cell, forgive my awesome diagram right here, we have it built up with fluid and obviously the work that it has with its electrolytes. If you drink too much fluid independent of actually having any electrolytes, you will cause the cell to swell. So the amount of electrolytes stays the same, but you'll swell the cell. So be conscious of how much fluid you are having with respect to electrolytes. We recommend obviously making sure that you're drinking just as much electrolytes with respect to your typical water as it would be, instead of just having too much water and no electrolytes. We simply do not eat enough. I'm a visual learner, so hopefully this helps. If we are this glass of water and the energy is the actual water itself, this is what happens throughout your exercise as you perform either your training or the actual run itself. The simple formula to replenish the energy is multiply your body weight in pounds by 20 if you're working anywhere between 60 to 90 minutes. If you're doing so between 90 minutes to 2 hours, do so by 23. And then if it's between 2 to 3 hours, multiply it by 25. That resulting number is the amount of calories to just replenish your exercise habits for the day, not including your daily needs. So, as an example, I'm currently weighing 176 pounds. I ran this morning for about an hour and 45 minutes. So using that same formula, this is the amount I need just to look after today's run, not including everything else going on. And I'll be doing so with meals such as breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, beverages, you know it. Most often, people change up their foods leading into a marathon as opposed to getting them used to what they typically are digesting. Do not change your diet leading into the marathon. It is used to digesting certain foods. Leave it that way. So, the only thing you have to change is increase the amount, but keep it to the typical things it is used to. All right, team, here we are for the awesome day that is, which is amazing launch with 10,000, whole bike line. And we're kicking it off with a pretty epic run around Central Park. The idea is to be in absolute bliss, meant to be silent, be with yourself. So excited to get this run going. A big part of our marathon series, obviously, getting you guys understanding nutrition. One other caveat to that is obviously just kind of being present with yourself sometimes. It's more of a spiritual effect, but ultimately it's going to be a fun day. Let's do it. that is a wrap, guys. The 5 biggest mistakes people make when training for a marathon. Quick recap. We have not enough electrolytes, drinking too much water, absolutely eating a different diet, getting close to race day, not eating enough food in general, and number 5 is not training your body for those gels. You need to make sure you have the gels pre-race day to get used to what's going to happen on the actual day. So, with that being said, it's all about being better than yesterday. Catch your team.